We're going to look at a simple sentence construction here on listing using commas. So for the record, a list is 3 or more items. If you're just saying 2 things, we don't need commas. It's not a list. You're just naming 2 things. An Oxford comma is just the fancy name for a comma that happens before the coordinating conjunction. Coordinating conjunction is for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Those are our conjunctions or words that combine things. And so an Oxford comma happens right before that final and or but or yet. So let me move my head out of the way here. Let's take a look at these examples. So when you say, I like running, swimming, and jumping, we are using commas to separate each of these items. And maybe there's even 5 items, but we're going to put a comma between all of them, and we put a comma before the last and. That is just called the Oxford comma. It helps us when we list. Now, if you take a journalism class, some journalists do not use the Oxford comma because it adds extra space. For most other writing, we're going to include the Oxford comma. You could leave it out. It depends what rules we follow for grammar, and there are different grammar rules, surprisingly. But we would recommend keeping it consistent and always put the comma after the item. We also want to make sure it lines up. So here we have running, swimming, and jumping with ing at the end. Here, it's just I like to run, comma, swim, comma, and jump. And all of these are also in the same verb form. Also, we can look at longer lists when we have items in between. So here I ate a salad, comma, a piece of pizza, comma, and a brownie for dinner. But if I have something like this, let me scroll down just a little bit. I had pizza and fries. Notice I don't need a comma. We just have 2 items, and a list is 3 or more. So we don't want a comma here because it's not a list. It's only 2 items, and it's not a compound sentence because everything after the comma is not a sentence by itself. Take a listen to our compound sentence video for that example. Here we would just have 2 items. So that's not a list. So as you're working, we can add details to our writing by adding lists with commas to our sentences. Go ahead and give it a try.